Good morning, everyone. I'm Uma Maheshwari, Assistant Professor at Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. In this video lecture series, I'm going to explain about the bandwidth efficiency of digital modulation techniques. The definition of this bandwidth efficiency is it is also known as the spectral efficiency, and it is a measure of how well a digital modulation technique can accommodate data within a limited bandwidth. It is also calculated by dividing the bitrate by the bandwidth of the modulated signal. Bandwidth efficiency is typically calculated as the ratio of the data rate to the bandwidth which is used, whereas the bandwidth efficiency is defined by data rate by bandwidth. Bandwidth is measured in hertz. The result is expressed in bits per hertz, that is represented as bps by hertz. So the bandwidth efficiency is power. It is drawn to the axis of power and the frequency, where here frequency 1 and frequency 2 will be considered. So the bandwidth efficiency BW, which is equal to F1 minus F2. So it is a measure of how well a small network is used by a physical protocol and is sometimes used as a simple method of control, that is called as a network connectivity. Here the connectivity indicates the performance of a digital communication system, which is measured in bits per seconds per hertz, or more rarely but obviously bits per hertz. Alternatively, speed performance can be measured in bits per symbol equivalent to bits per channel. This means the net channel, that is the net signal divided by the signal rate or pulse rate. It is sometimes used to analyze the performance of digital models or linear models in combination with error correction and other features. In the second case, this bit refers to the user's small data, whereas spectral efficiency 5G, which is equal to 5G NR throughput BPS channel bandwidth per second. This metric helps evaluate how effectively a communication system uses its allocated frequency spectrum. A higher value indicates more efficient use of the available bandwidth, whereas the bandwidth efficiency, that is the spectral efficiency, is usually expressed in bits per second per hertz. In other words, it is defined as the net data rate in bits per second divided by the bandwidth in it. So these are the factors which affects the bandwidth efficiency. The first one is a compression, where here the data is being compressed by this. Then the next one is protocol overhead. The third one is transmission method. The fourth one is data redundancy, and the final one is network setup. The data redundancy here, the redundancy will be defined by 1 minus efficiency, where the efficiency is nothing but the ratio of entropy by the code word length. So the redundancy of the data will be calculated by this. So it is also one of the factor which affects the bandwidth efficiency. The main advantages of this is it enhances the e-commerce performance and the soft computation, and it also reduced the downtime work, and also it supports for the high bandwidth applications. The main disadvantages of this bandwidth efficiency is here the speed is very high in cost, so the broadband can be expensive and can limit internet usage and data access for organizations on a budget that cannot afford broadband. The more networks you need, the higher the cost. Here, the noise issue will be there. Then we'll be having a large check marks. These are the main disadvantages of this bandwidth efficiency. The applications of bandwidth efficiency is nothing but these are the most important metrics to get an idea about the speed and quality of the network. Here the broadband is usually measured in bits per second. Then typically organizations and internet service providers measure bandwidth in megabits per second or gigabits per second. Some apps that require bandwidth are music streaming apps like Pandora and iTunes. Then video applications such as Skype and Vivo IP. So the social media users can also benefit from broadband with Facebook, YouTube, and Dropbox are also the broadband applications. Likewise, this broadband devices and applications require a high-speed internet connection. Then the network management tools are necessary to manage network traffic and prioritize data transfer. Having higher bandwidth allows you to achieve higher data transfer speeds, resulting in a shorter download times. This is especially important when downloading the large files. These are the assessment bandwidth efficiency, and what is the difference between, that is how we will be call it as a spectral efficiency in the bandwidth. So the various advantages of the bandwidth efficiency. Thank you.